and Shabbat Shalom. There's just so much happiness here in the room. For those of you who are Zooming from afar, and for those of you who are here in person, so happy to see everyone. What a wonderful energy this evening. Really, really wonderful. I'd like to welcome all of you to Temple Adis Shalom. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Rabbi Meeka Simerly. Tonight, not only we're celebrating Shabbat, we're also celebrating one of our own kids, our own Seth. And so we would like to invite you. Hi, yes. We would like to invite you to join us in song and in reading. And let us begin with Hine Matov, as will be shared by our wonderful choir and Mike Mullis. Hine Matov. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. You made my toe, but I didn't share it all in my life. You made my toe. Shalom Aleichem, 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 Shalom Aleichem. Yeh Madov, Vayeshev, and with that, I'd like to invite up to the Bima and their Mullis, Paula Mullis, and Michelle Mullis to come up here and lead us in the Shabbat lighting. We will begin with inspirational reading on page 121. 121.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Baruch atah
Shalom. Hugs and kisses are always welcome here at Temple Adas Shalom. Introduce yourself to someone you don't know yet. Shabbat Shalom.
Excited? Very excited. Nervous?
Check. Can you guys hear us on Zoom? Let's see if there's sound on Zoom. I think we're great. Now we'll check it. Check.
They said you know.
All right. You guys on Zoom?
All right, how's this sound now, guys? Is this better? Zoomers, tell me how we're sounding now. Is this better? You gotta watch. See that? See the level back there? You gotta keep that down so it's staying in the green.
Let's turn to page 138. Join together in Lecha Dodi. Really happy chorus here at Temple Adas Shalom. We always do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat lecha bala. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat lecha bala la 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 lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat lecha bala. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat lecha bala. Shemor v'zachor b'di borechad, Ishmiyanu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, L'shem moti foret v'liti la la la, Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat lecha bala. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat lecha bala. Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki mekor habracha, merosh mekedem nesucha. So ma aseh b'mochna Shabbat chila la la lecha dodi, lekrat kala, p'nei Shabbat lecha bala. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, p'nei Shabbat lecha bala. He Torah Kiva horechu miri, yiri, shirdaberi, Gavoda dana yala yikli la 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 ka doti, lika kala, pene Shabbat mechabela, lika doti, lika kala, pene Shabbat mechabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'sahola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. La 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 do di la la pene Shabbat mechabela la do di la la pene Shabbat mechabela la 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 do di la la pene Shabbat mechabela la do di la la pene Shabbat mechabela.
Angels, all ministering angels, Shalom Alechem, Malachei Ashoret. I invite you to turn to page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Makadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, Makadosh Baruch Hu. Boachim LeShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni LeShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni LeShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lai 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 tzedchem LeShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shalom Aleichem. We just welcome the ministering angels into our midst. And let's continue with the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. It is my true honor to welcome to the podium our bar mitzvah for tomorrow morning, Seth Mullis.
Ikada v'ikada shemei Rabba.
Amen.
B'yama diva hiyote yamlich malhute.
V'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayed kol beit Yisrael ba'agala ba'agala u'b'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yesh be'Rabba mevarach Halam ulol me almaya Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipal v'yichuman v'yitnaseh v'yitada v'yidale v'yitalal shemei kusha
Brechu
ve'ela min kol birchata v'she'elata
Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran Bahalma, Vimru Amen.
If you're able, we invite you now to rise as we continue with the Barichu on page 146. It is available to you. We remain standing for as long as you are able for Rolla into Dark, which will lead us directly to the watchword of our people, Shema Yisrael.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei Om v'layla, Kolel or mipnei choshech, Kolel or mipnei choshech, Choshech mipnei or, Kolel or mipnei, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes comes day, day turns to night. Borei ol v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, golmoshech mipnei or. Everybody close your eyes and take a deep breath. A long week gone. Let's take in Shabbat with the watchword of our faith, the Shema. Seth, would you like to bring somebody up? Please do.
I invite Spencer to come up for the Shema.
Spencer, come up here. If it's okay, we're doing it together. Here, you're gonna sing to the microphone, both of you. Here we go.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto L'olam Vahed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto L'olam Vahed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Take it out.
Seth is now going to lead us on page 154 with the Vayeshev.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך
ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך.
הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושבתך לבניך דיברת בם ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשלחך ובפניך ומלאות על ידיך וחיים תוספות בין עיניך וטובתם המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למדתי
Asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim להיות לכם אלוקים.
Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Let us all read together the English on page 155. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you're rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in front of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai. Let's continue on page 157 and continue responsively. I am at the bottom of the page. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, Adonai, give us the courage to say, there is one God in heaven and earth together. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. So before we continue with Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai on page 158, I'd like for you to take a look one more time at this line because I will briefly talk about it a little bit later on. Again, Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, norah tehi, osei feled. Malchutecha ra'u b'anecha, lokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ve'liyadu v'hamru, Adonai yimloch l'olam va'ed. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Moses and the children crossed the sea. They sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai?
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch ata Adonai hapore sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. God, we bless you, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people, over all humanity, and over Jerusalem. Let's continue with Shamru, page 162.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Hashabbat ledorotam beritolam Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Ha'asot et Hashabbat ledorotam beritolam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti loholam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledorotam beritolam Beini et Hashamayim v'et haaretz Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledorotam beritolam Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledorotam beritolam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledorotam beritolam Lasot et Hashabbat ledorotam beritolam.
And just to make sure we all get our energy out, we invite you to rise one more time as we continue with the Amidah, also known as the Tefillah. Let's turn to page 164, and then we'll continue on pages 166, 168. Stay on the even pages, and you'll be right there along with us.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 soft high tiftach. Na 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 ufi agid. Ufi agid tehilatech.
Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Vehanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומך, מלך ממיד ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. Please turn to page 170. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Let's read together. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please, seated. As we contemplate on the idea of peaceful well-being, let us all just pause for 1 or 2 moments as we continue with our own private prayer, with our own private conversation with God, for just a couple of moments of silent reflection. Shalom Rav, abundance of peace. We are on page 178. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again no war.
Israel Amcha, Hasim Olam. Shalom Ahava Israel Amcha, Hasim Olam. Shalom Rava Israel Amcha, Hasim Olam. Shalom Rava Israel Amcha, Hasim Olam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Olam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Olam. Tov einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol leinu chol shahar bishlomecha. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Olam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Olam. Baruch atah Adonai Hambarech et amo Yisrael Shalom.
Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people, Israel, and everyone in our world with peace. On this Shabbat, we lovingly think of all in our community and beyond who are in need of refuah shlema, complete and wholesome healing. We think of Annette Dirlam, Barbara Chansey, Fred Belkin, Gary Murphy, Glenn McCain, Gloria Jocelyn, Harriet Coleman, Jordan Rice, Lisa Denrich, Marcia Robinson, Mike Borden, Mindy Shipley, Natalie Litovsky, and Philip Chansey. If you have a name you'd like to add to our healing list before we all join together in singing together, Mishaberach, please raise your hand and say that name as my eyes meet yours. Now we will join together in singing Mishaberach. I invite you to turn with me to page 511, or maybe not, 371, as we join together.
If you're back in the book, you're not singing what we're singing.
Mishaberach.
It's in the middle. 371 in the middle. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor Habracha Leimotenu. May the
invite you to close your Siddur for just a couple of moments. How fitting that this week's Torah portion, Parshat Vayeshev from the book of Genesis, is also the last Shabbat before the first of the 8 nights of Chanukah, the festival of lights, festival of bright lights. First night of Chanukah this year, by the way, is happening this Sunday. You will hear a few announcements later on, including a wonderful gathering that we're going to have on Sunday, etc., and other such events that are coming up in our community. Parshat Vayeshev includes the story about one of the most balanced, evolved, and gifted biblical mensches, Joseph, the famous dreamer. In his early immature years, Joseph was a little spoiled brat, but through hard work and lessons that nearly drove him to his own death, Joseph redeemed himself and became such a wise, most humble and kind humans in our history as a people. Am I going to tell you now about the beautiful and colorful coat that he had? No, I have a hunch that some, if not most of you, have already heard the story quite a few times before, especially you musical lovers. You may have seen Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on Broadway, right? Right. Yes, the story of Joseph in our Torah portrays a struggle of an individual who got out of a pit of challenges to become a symbol for wise choices and brave perseverance. And on Sunday evening, we will be celebrating Chanukah with our temple's friends and family. Chanukah is another story about braveness and perseverance. We all remember the Maccabees, who also got out of pit of challenges. They fiercely fought for their freedom to practice our religion. And as our sages taught, thanks to the Maccabees, our Jewish religion is still alive and thriving today. So I wanted to divert for just a couple of seconds. Did you know that the name Maccabee is actually an acronym? What is it an acronym to? And I actually alluded to it a little earlier. You got it. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, which is 2 yuds, right? It is an acronym. The story goes that Judas Maccabeus, as some of you may know, when he called, look, he's got the light bulb going off this evening. I can see it. There you go. So the story goes that when Judas Maccabeus called all the soldiers to fight along with him, he stood on a podium and he went, Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, who is like you, God. There's no one like you, God. You can find it in the Torah, in Shirat Hayam, in the Song of the Sea. And this is a beautiful, beautiful drash on its own, which I'm not going to spend any more time on, but I just wanted you to have an idea what Maccabee is. And back to our portion, these two seemingly unrelated stories, which are very far from one another in our historic Jewish timeline, Joseph's survival and the story of Chanukah remind us that within every pit of darkness, loneliness, or fear, there is a small ray of light that can lead us to our own freedom if we choose to find it within our spiritual practice and our spiritual path. Our world may seem a bit dark right now to some of us, tragic loss of lives to unimaginable acts of war in Ukraine, so many car accidents everywhere. You must have noticed there's something weird going on the roads. Financial struggles post-pandemic, anti-Semitism is on the rise, etc., etc. I'm not going to include all the tourists of this world. It is so easy for some of us to sink into dark pits of despair. But Hanukkah is here to remind us. A great miracle happened there in the land of Israel, and it could happen here and now again. The lights of our Chanukiot or menorahs remind us that a little spark of light from God can take place within each and every one of us. Each small ray of light of Hanukkah can lit up a large darkened space. One example, tomorrow morning, Seth Mullis is becoming a bar mitzvah. What a joyful and light-filled occasion. And so to show our appreciation for this young man who so far has been doing an amazing job, let's all cheer right here in our sanctuary. You did so well so far, my dear. I cannot wait for tomorrow morning. And starting, you can sit down. Oh, good. And starting Sunday evening, let us spin a few dreidels, eat some latkes and donuts that our tradition has prescribed for us to enjoy while totally ignoring those calories, and inspired by Joseph, who was grateful to God for allowing him to reunite with his estranged brothers when he uttered through tears, God will surely take care of you and bring you to the land which God promised to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. We too are reminded here that it is time to step outside of our own individual pits of darkness, come together with our brothers and sisters to enjoy the festivities and lights of this season. So I'd like to wish everyone on behalf of the Hobbiton, also known as my husband, Dave Simerly, happy, festive, colorful, and tasty Hanukkah, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom. And I do believe that we do have a few announcements to make.
So yeah, there's a lot going on. If you haven't signed up for the Hanukkah dinner on Sunday, you want to go online and do that as soon as possible, because we have food to order and we want there to be enough for everybody, but not too much. Also, beginning Sunday evening, the announcement is going to probably come out tomorrow that our annual 8 days of giving are coming up. And we have a very generous donor who has offered to match the first $10,000 that we raise. So if we can raise $10,000, that equals 20 for our congregation. And so you'll be getting emails each day. This year it's a little different in that you're going to be able to go to one place on the website to order for any of the 8 days. So there's a little bit wider option. In the past, we only allowed you like 24 hours to get that one day. And if you missed it, you missed it. Now you can kind of look through all 8 days and pick out whether it's social justice or religious or sisterhood or whatever it might be. You'll have lots of really, really great options. I think I don't have anything else.
So I do have a couple of things. First of all, for Sunday, we invite you to bring your own menorah and candles as we light them together. I also wanted to share that some of us are going to be in the town hall for the first time lighting a Temple Adas Shalom donated menorah. Mayor Martin is going to actually light the menorah, and I'll join him in saying the blessing, and we will sing a song. And so you can either come in person to be a part of this. You can leave at any time after we are done. You're not required to stay. And it is also going to be live streamed. So this is a first, and I'm so very happy that we have this opportunity to extend ourselves a little bit out to the community. And yeah, so with that said, yes, 7 o'clock. No, Monday night. I'm sorry. Thank you for, yeah, Monday night. So next Friday, Friday is 23rd.
All right, great. Thank you. Hi, I'm Melissa Emmel. I chair the Religious Practices Committee, and the RPC will be sponsoring an enhanced oneg next Friday night, and it's called Vodka and Latkes. So there'll be food, there'll be dancing, there'll be cocktails, and should be a lot of fun. So please come on out and celebrate with us. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And of course, beer is always welcome as well. That's a really good question. It is sent out in a notification to the congregation. If it hasn't been sent out yet, you can go to Town Hall, have it a grace, and you will find it. But an announcement is going out, I think, to the congregation, right? Yes, no, maybe, we'll see. So look for the town of Havre Grace. And definitely on their website, there is a link that you can click on and consider yourself streamed. All right, with that said, any more announcements? Good, let's all rise.
Still stuck on this Maccabee acronym thing.
I know, I can still see the light bulb is still shining there.
There might be a little smoke.
I just found out that I forgot. Very, very important announcement here. We have a few birthdays to celebrate, especially a very, very special individual who's it. Well, you can smile. It's your birthday, dude. Lo and behold, Patricia Walco is turning 16. Jessica Hurst is turning 19. And Andrew Ratner is turning 21. These are, of course, the dates, but I thought it really matches so nicely. So happy birthday to all of you who are here. And we invite you to join us in singing Yom Huledet Sameach, along with Mike and our choir.
Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach.
And I think one more person just celebrated her 21st birthday, and that is Paula Mullis, who's right here working hard on feeding us. Happy birthday to you too, my dear. And also, we celebrate the anniversary of Melissa and Philip Jocelyn. And so let's all rise now.
I had one more thing to say.
Say it again. What?
I forgot to say one thing. So during the holiday of Hanukkah, every night our big menorah gets lit at about 6:45. So you can either come up to the temple if you want a little ride and want to get a little cold. That is, I don't mean like a head cold, I mean like just cold body. Or you can zoom in. The links will be, I think already are on the calendar. If not, they'll be there within a day or so that you can zoom in, and there'll be a little unique ceremony each evening, slightly different.
Very well. Now we can do the Aleinu. All right, so let us all rise as we continue with the Aleinu, and we're almost at the end of our service. Please turn to page 586.
Is the Aleinu at the top of the page? Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hagol, l'atei kedula le'otzer b'reishit, shehu noteh shamayim ve'yaser haaretz, u'moshav yikaroh Bashamayim bimahal, u'shchinatu zo begovhei meromim, Page 591. V'nemar b'hai Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo
Please be seated. Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Upon hearing the name of your loved one, I invite you to rise, and then we shall all rise one last time as we recite together the ancient words of Kaddish Yatom. We just lost Linwood Milton Robinson Jr., beloved stepfather of Elise Woods. Your sites observed this past week. We lovingly think of Aaron Baumgarten, Dr. David Rosenblatt, Howard Levy, Irving Albert Passy, Joanne Levine, Joseph Braverman, Leon Lee Green, Nathan Sachs, Susan Siedenberg, Toby Needle, Wendy and Zion. Let us all now rise to recite the Kaddish on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shmei Rabba, be'alma divrach Yeruteh ve'yamlich malchuteh, b'chai echon u'b'yom echon ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel and the people in our world, to which we all say together, amen. And now I invite you to sit one more time. We do take care of your physical well-being by getting you to stand up and then sit down and then stand up and rise again. This time we are about to end our service with Mitzvah Goreret Mitzvah.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Awesome.
Your Hanukkah drash and the whole Maccabee thing inspired us.
What do you know?
We can, and since next weekend, the Mullises won't be here because we'll be on a boat, on a big boat headed to Puerto Rico. Seth picked this over a party. I just want you to know. He picked a cruise. That's my boy. We cannot go a year in this temple without singing Hanukkah in Santa Monica. I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, wearing sandals, lighting candles by the sea. I spent Shavuos in St. Louis, a charming spot, but clearly not the spot for me.
These western winters, I can't ignore them. So every year I pack my gear and head out here for Purim, Rosh Hashanah. I live in Arizona, in Yom Kippur, way down in Mississippi. But in December, there's just one place for me. Mid California, Flora, I'll be lighting my menorah like a baby in its cradle. I'll be playing with my dreidel, spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica by the sea. I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, wearing sandals, lighting candles by the sea. Then Shavuos in East St. Louis, a charming spot, but clearly not the spot for me. These eastern winters, I can't ignore them. So every year I pack my gear and head out here for Purim, Rosh Hashanah, and in Arizona. In Yom Kippur, way down in Mississippi. In December, there's just one thing for me. In the California flora, I'll be lighting my menorah. Baby in its cradle, I'll be playing with my dreidel. So if he could only see us in Santa Monica by the sea.
Let us all join in our social hall for Kiddush and Amotzi, continue the festivities. Thank you, and Yasser Brock to our choir, to Mike Mullis, of course, for the stuff for tomorrow morning, and his brother, Jake, here.